Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Paranormal, and episode 6 is all about witches and stuff. Many people mistakenly think of the black arts as the kind of magic practiced by witches. It is actually a reference to the cultural and artistic explosion that began in New York City and went on to influence arts and culture around the globe. It includes the Harlem Renaissance, the Black Arts Movement, and hip hop culture. I'll leave some links in the description below for anyone who would like to find out more about black arts in America. This video is about witches, however, so to avoid confusion, I will not use the term black arts. I will instead use the more commonly understood terminology of witchcraft or simply magic to refer to these practices. The scientific principles explaining how magic actually works are still not completely understood by anthropologists or real scientists. This is because science is a relatively new framework for understanding the world we live in, whereas witchcraft dates back many thousands of years, so it'll probably take a little while for science to catch up. Many scholars trace the existence of witches all the way back to the Garden of Eden. When casting magic spells, witches will typically employ an animal helper known as a familiar, and in most cases this will be a black cat. Tools of the trade will generally include a black cat, a shadow book with recipes for magic potions and ayahuasca, as well as a set of dice for casting spells. It can be difficult to make a decent living on witchcraft alone, and many witches will supplement their income by making and selling scented candles. Candles are needed in magic rituals, and the tradition is typically learned from other witches in the coven, being passed down from generation to generation. The Yankee Candle Company is the largest producer of scented candles in the world today, and it is owned by a coven of witches. Not all witches are cut out for country living, and many of them prefer a more urban environment, like New York City. New York City is a weird place, which makes it easy for individual witches to blend in and for covens to go largely undetected by law enforcement agencies. But just to be safe, many witches still travel outside of the city limits and go to the forest when they do their magic. Witch hunts and witch trials were conducted for hundreds of years in Europe and colonial America. Spectral evidence amounts to nothing more than the victim's testimony, and many times it was all that was needed to get a conviction. Witches can travel over great distances in a short amount of time on flying magic broomsticks. This witch is riding backwards in a maneuver called the reverse cowgirl. Sandwich enthusiasts have caused no small amount of confusion over the years by using the term witch hunt when they are looking for a good sandwich. The confusion stems from the use of the contraction witch as a shortened form of the word sandwich. Hunting organizations and gentlemen's clubs have been created for the sole purpose of engaging in a group hunt for a delicious sandwich. These hunting clubs will often use basset hounds and other dog breeds to help them find sandwiches. It It is not necessary to join a hunting club, and many individuals will hire private investigators to help them find a sandwich.
Be very quiet.
Thanks to these hard-working sandwich hunters, it is now an easy task for most of us to find a pretty good sandwich. You're probably wondering where the term witch hunt comes from in the first place.
Imagine you're a deer. You're prancing along, you get thirsty, you spot a little brook, you put your little deer lips down to the cool, clear water. Bam! A fucking bullet rips off part of your head. Your brains are laying on the ground in little bloody pieces. Now I ask you, would you give a fuck what kind of pants the son of a bitch who shot you was wearing?